Ethan Carter never thought of himself as the kind of person who'd give up on love at least, not at first. When he was younger, he believed in happy endings. He believed in the kind of love that people wrote songs about, the kind that didn't fade when things got hard. He wanted something simple and honest, the kind where two people just chose each other every day, no matter what. But life, it seemed, had a different plan. The first time Ethan fell in love, he was 19. Her name was Sophie, and she was everything he thought love should feel like. Bright eyes, wild energy, and a smile that made him feel seen. She told him she'd never felt that way about anyone before. And he believed her. For months, they were inseparable. Late-night phone calls, walks in the rain, promises whispered into the dark. But promises, he learned, are only as strong as the person who makes them. He found out about the other guy by accident. A message that popped up on her phone while she was in the shower. He didn't even want to believe it. He asked her about it calmly, hoping there was an explanation. There wasn't. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she'd said, tears in her eyes. "You're such a good guy, Ethan. You deserve someone better." He laughed bitterly at the time, wondering how someone could say that after tearing his heart in two. The second time, it hurt less. Or maybe he just got used to the feeling. Rachel was her name. They met in college. She was confident, funny, and smart. He told himself she was different. She seemed so sure about him. She said all the right things, made him feel wanted again. Until the day she started pulling away, shorter replies, excuses to skip seeing him. And then one day, she was gone. A month later, he saw her post a picture with another guy. The caption read, "Finally found real love." The third time, he swore would be the last. Jenna came into his life when he'd already stopped believing. She chased him for a change, told him she wanted something serious, that she was tired of games. He fell for her slowly, cautiously, but he fell nonetheless. And just when he started to open up again, she cheated too. That one broke him in ways the others hadn't. Not because of the betrayal, but because he'd finally started to believe again, and that belief was shattered all over again. After that, Ethan made a promise to himself he would never let anyone in that close again. 24. Ethan lived a quiet life. He worked as a freelance designer, spent his mornings in a small coffee shop downtown, and his evenings walking home alone with music in his ears. The baristas knew him by name. He always ordered the same thing, a cappuccino, extra foam, no sugar. Routine was comforting, predictable. Safe that he'd sit by the same window seat every day, watching couples walk by, holding hands, laughing, existing in the kind of love he'd stopped believing in. Sometimes he felt a twinge of envy. Other times, he just felt empty. That he told himself he was fine with being alone. That love was overrated. That maybe some people were meant to love quietly from a distance, but never be loved in return. Then came the day everything changed. It was a Wednesday morning in late autumn, the kind of morning where the air smelled like rain and cinnamon. Ethan sat at his usual table, laptop open, music playing softly through his headphones. He didn't notice the girl until she tripped. The next thing he knew, his shirt was soaked, his laptop splattered with coffee, and a flustered voice was saying, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." Ethan blinked, half annoyed, half amused. The girl had big brown eyes, hair pulled into a messy bun, and an expression that was equal parts panic and embarrassment. He pulled out his earbuds. "Hey, it's okay," he said with a small laugh. "My laptop probably needed caffeine anyway." She covered her face with her hands, mortified. "I swear I'm usually coordinated. Just apparently not today." He chuckled. "You're fine. Really?" But she insisted on buying him another drink. That was how he met Maya. She was 22, studying literature, and worked part-time at a bookstore down the street. There was something different about her. Not the kind of beauty that demanded attention, but the kind that felt familiar. Warm. They talked for an hour that day. And when she smiled, he realized he hadn't smiled like that in a long time. They started seeing each other more often, sometimes by accident, sometimes on purpose. Coffee turned into lunch. Lunch turned into walks in the park. Walks turned into late-night conversations about dreams, regrets, and the kind of people they wanted to be. Maya didn't pry into Ethan's past, but she listened when he shared at point one afternoon, sitting under an old oak tree. He told her everything. About Sophie, Rachel, and Jenna, about how each time he believed it would be different, and how each time it wasn't. When he finished, he expected her to pity him, or worse, to tell him that not all girls are like that. But she didn't say that. Instead, she said softly, maybe those people weren't meant to stay. Maybe they were just lessons to prepare you for the person who will. Her words stayed with him. For the first time in years, he started to feel something he hadn't felt since before Sophie. Hope. Ethan didn't notice it at first. The way his routine began to change, he started looking forward to mornings again. To texts that said, "Good luck today," or "Don't forget to eat." He started smiling more, laughing more. Love, he realized, wasn't supposed to feel like fireworks. It was supposed to feel like peace. When Maya looked at him, it wasn't with expectation or judgment. It was with understanding. She didn't make him prove that he was worth loving. She just loved him quietly, consistently, without conditions. And that terrified him. One evening, he told her, "I'm scared, Every time I start to care about someone, I lose them." She reached for his hand and said, "Then don't be scared this time. I'm not them, Ethan, and you're not who you were back then." It was the kind of reassurance that didn't feel rehearsed. It felt true. It wasn't a perfect love story. They had arguments about small things, big things, misunderstandings. But unlike before, Ethan didn't walk away when things got hard. And Maya didn't make him feel like he had to. They learned to communicate, to forgive, to trust. For the first time, Ethan began to see love not as a risk, but as a choice, something you build, not something that just happens. Months passed. Seasons changed. And with each passing day, he realized he was no longer haunted by the people who hurt him, that he'd stopped comparing, stopped expecting the worst. Because when someone truly loves you, you stop fighting to be enough. You just It was on a quiet Sunday evening, just before sunset, when Maya asked him to meet her at their favorite hill overlooking the city. When he arrived, she was standing there holding a single flower. "For you," she said with a smile. "No special reason, just because you make life a little brighter." He took it, looking at her with quiet amazement. He said, voice soft, "I used to think love was fake, that it was just something people said until it stopped meaning anything." Maya looked up at him, her eyes warm. "And now," he smiled, that small, real smile that came from somewhere deep. "Now, I know it's real," he said, "because with you, it's the most honest thing I've ever felt." They sat together as the sky turned gold and pink, their hands intertwined. For once, there were no doubts, no fears, no ghosts of the past, just peace. And Ethan realized something. Love doesn't always arrive when you want it to. It doesn't always look like what you imagine. But when it's real, you feel it in your bones. It's steady, safe, quiet. It's someone who chooses you even when it's hard. It's what happens when you finally find true love, when someone truly loves you.